So not much has changed, he's saying, since Dyche has left. Mike Jackson holding the ship for the time being, as an interim manager would do. Simon, where's your head with this morning? I would have thought Evertonians, when they look at what lies ahead, are somewhat nervous this morning.
Yeah. Well, look, there's a distinct possibility that Everton are going to drop into the bottom three, given the run of games they've got. Now, Burnley will not get a better opportunity to start laying some psychological markers down, because obviously they've got a result against West Ham. They've got a draw, and most conventional wisdom felt they might get a result there because West Ham never do anything on a Sunday after a European game. So there was always something in that game for Burnley. Obviously, Southampton, you can't pick them at this moment in time. They look like they're on the beach. They've got little to play for, and they've gone up to Turf Moor in an atmosphere where Burnley need to win a game. They've duly won that. But obviously, with Everton, you can't make a case for Everton either beating Liverpool or Chelsea. So if Burnley can get a result in their next game against Wolves, which is not a given because Wolves are no mugs, but again, there's more jeopardy in this game for Burnley than there is for Wolves. All of a sudden, Everton are in the bottom three. I look at the table now, and I look at the amount of games left, and obviously Everton have got a game in hand, and that game, it will find itself as being very compelling to them. There are two games that Burnley have got to play: Villa twice, because they've not played Villa this season, which is ironic. So with that in mind, I think 36, 37 points is going to get one of these teams potentially safe. And I'm beginning to really worry for Everton. Of course, Everton fans will be nervous, and of course they should be worried because they're fourth and bottom in the league, so there should always be this mentality that you're going to be concerned by that. But I've always had the mindset that Everton will find a way through this.
Are you still sure about that, with Liverpool, Chelsea and Leicester lying ahead?
I think the onus shifts a little bit because nobody expects Everton to get anything out of Liverpool. They don't expect it, and if they do it, it'll be it'll be a minor miracle if they do. These games take a life of their own, like all derbies, and this is a unique derby between these two great clubs. But Liverpool are so rampant; there's going to have some major wheels coming off for them not to beat Everton. Now, if Burnley get a point out of the game against Wolves, I think they're going to come out of the bottom three. I'll check the goal difference in a second. Then all of a sudden, you go into Everton playing Chelsea, Burnley playing Watford. Now, again, Burnley is away at Watford. Burnley will have everything in their hands, and I think the psychological balance might bring pressure to Burnley. Taking out of Dyche, they might get lucky. They might be the luckiest ownership model in the world by taking someone out that most people believe is adhesive and finding their way through it. But I think these are real nip and tuck moments now.
I think you're right, Simon.
This is Frank Lampard digging into a territory he knows nothing about, and he's going to have to come out with it swinging. More importantly, his players are.
And Burnley don't seem to be on the face of that result last night. They don't seem to be too disrupted by the departure of Sean Dyche. Anyway, we'll see. Next for Everton, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester. Next for Burnley, Wolves, Watford and Aston Villa. So Evertonians, as I say, somewhat nervous this morning because Burnley seem to know how to win a match at this particular crucial time. Simon, I just want to touch on it. Game day, 12:30 tomorrow. Arsenal, Manchester United. Now we know Ten Hag has got the reins of the club. Not yet. He's still at Ajax. I thought he might be at Arsenal for this game tomorrow, but I would doubt it because Ajax have got a 3:30 kickoff against NAC. But at the end of the day, what's left for Manchester United now? These guys are playing for their futures, aren't they?
You would have thought they've been playing for their futures for some time. There's been, the notion that a new manager is going to come in for, a considerable amount of time. And Ranić clearly, despite my early remonstrations that he might be the end product, has clearly not been. So with that in mind, this is a very strange game because Arsenal have been all out of sorts and then go and beat Chelsea up 4-2. United are just poor. And United are going to have to bounce back from that drubbing because they've been absolutely vilified by their own fans, vilified by most pundits. And so with this in mind, you'd expect some sort of reaction. But given this group of players don't seem to be able to start themselves, there's no indication that they're going to do anything more compelling than they've done previously. I don't know, is Ronaldo back in the mix? I understand he's back at the training ground.
You would have to think it probably will be, Simon. We'll see. I mean, Ranić working alongside Ten Hag, even Ten Hag from distance. It's an interesting proposition, is it, for the remainder of the season. Ten Hag's mind's on Ajax, sure, but his mind is for sure also on Manchester United.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, the Man United that Ten Hag is going to take... Well, the Man United that Ten Hag will want to take over and the Man United that will become his product will be two very different things to the Manchester United that they are today. You know, the players that are there, the ones out of contract, the Jesse Lingards, the Juan Matas perhaps, the Nemanja Matic and a variety of other players are going to be plying their trade perhaps somewhere else. So a proportion of the team are going to not be part of any equation, full stop, whether they think they are or they think they're not. But the bottom line is I think kind of incidental. Ten Hag will arrive at Manchester United physically at a later stage, and what they really are now is trying to give him a platform, trying to give him a fourth spot so that he can play in Europe next year. I mean in the Champions League, not necessarily in the Europa League.
Okay, don't forget Arsenal against Manchester United, intriguing for so many reasons. Live on game day tomorrow at 12:30.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.